Hey friends, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jules and we are reading Sarah J. Maas, Crown of Midnight. So if you watched my Assassin's Blade vlog, you may or may not notice that I'm wearing the same outfit. That is because I literally just finished Assassin's Blade and had to immediately pick up Crown of Midnight. There is no waiting on this. So we are just hopping right into this book, and I am only 30 pages in. I did already start this before I forgot I needed to do an intro to this. So I don't have anything for you yet, but I will get back as soon as I have some information on what's going on in this book. Good morning. I am back with an update for Crown of Midnight. I am already 120 pages in. More tabbing. Not as much as Assassin's Blade, because Assassin's Blade was just perfection. So we are starting Crown of Midnight with her starting her assassin duties for the king that she hates, but she has to because has to work for the king. Basically, she has to do the king's bidding. Wherever he tells her to go and kill someone, that's what she has to do. So it starts with her coming back from a trip with somebody's head and hand and ring. So she's doing the king's bidding, and she actually is not killing these people. So she is basically going to them and telling them, the king wants you dead. You have two choices. I can either kill you, or you can flee and change your name, never be, never say who you are, whatever. And takes their, I guess they have rings. These people that she's killing, they have like rings to signify who they are. So like if she takes this ring back to the king, obviously that's who it is. So she finds like random corpses. So she'll find a head and a hand or whatever, and she does puts sword marks on it or hits it to where it like bruises and looks distorted. But then her travels back to the time that it would take her to travel back, it kind of could seem like the body's decomposing. So that's why the king wouldn't be able to recognize it. So that's how she's getting away with it. He sends her on a mission, basically tells her there's a list of people that he wants to get rid of because they are people that he has heard that is going to try and overthrow him. So, but he's only going to give her one name at a time. He's not going to give her a list and send her on to go kill all these people. He's going to give her one at a time. So she has to go kill someone, come back, get a new name, go back. And the first name he gives her is somebody that she knows. This person is in Rithold, which is where her Assassin's Keep was, where she was the assassin. So she's basically going back there to kill this guy. So she kind of like does a little recon, stalks him for a little bit to see, because she can't imagine that he's, has anything to do with this. So she ends up just kind of casually bumping into him, and then, oh, hey, let's, hang out and whatever. And then she ends up telling him, look, I'm here to kill you. The king thinks that you're doing some shady stuff and he wants you dead. And he's like, I don't have anything to do with this. So she's like, well, we need to get some more information on your clients, because apparently he's a man whore. So he has clients. And so he sneaks her into this ball, and then she does some little sleuthing around, and of course she gets caught. She gets caught sneaking, and her story, doesn't convince this guy, and so they fight, and in the midst of the fight, she gets cut with a blade, and he's like, little do you know, my blade has poison on it. It's like a paralytic poison. So your brain is awake and your eyes and whatever, you can feel the pain, but you can't move. So that is how Sam was tortured and killed, and that is what they gave her when she was captured before the king sent her to the salt mines. Anyway, she ends up getting away real quick. She has to kill the guy. Gets back to the castle, and Chaol finds her before she collapses, and then he kind of figures out what happens because she can't talk. Nurses her, gets the healers, nurses her back to health. So they don't say what happened. After that, she ends up doing a little sleuthing in the kingdom. So there's still, from Throne of Glass, she finds a secret passageway. The glass castle, Throne of Glass, is built on top of this old stone castle. So she's down here in this old portion finding secret passageways and things like that. She comes across this door knocker that is magic, and it's the door into the tomb where the original king and queen were at. And this door knocker's talking to her. So anyway, it's just funny. I don't know where that's gonna go, but obviously the king has done away with the magic. She finds all these hieroglyphics and things on the wall, things that talk about Fae, and then there's an iron door that she can't get opened, and then she is looking underneath of it and sees a pair of eyes. So something's in there. So in Throne of Glass, she had a thing with Dorian, and she had to break it off with him once she won the competition and became the king's champion. Obviously she's like, I can't be with you. So she's been just like super avoiding him. Well, he obviously still wants to be with her. And she is talking more to Chaol because he's, there with her all the time and training with her, whatever. And Dorian, there's a little bit of jealousy going on. So Dorian's jealous of how they look at each other. And then Dorian's younger brother comes back. There's a cousin that comes in. So like the family's having this big like fancy dinner thing, and they have this opera singer come. And so in Assassin's Blade, it mentions that she used to go to the opera with Arobynn. And that was one of the things that she loved that actually touches her heart, is music, the opera. So this opera singer that she likes comes, so she's singing this song, this ancient legend that was like an old poem, but she put it into music and she dedicated it to the king's family. And it's the story of the Fae woman blessed with profound power that was sought by kings and lords in every kingdom. And how they used it to win wars and conquer nations, and that they feared her. And so basically the king is like, that it's punishable by death if you mention anything about this magic that used to be about. So yeah, he beheads her right there in front of everybody at dinner. So yeah, that's where I'm at now. I'll be back with an update. I have to get through this really quick because my audio loan is up in a day. So Princess Nehemia and Celaena just got in a big fight. So I am now at page 207. And just kind of what's been going on is like she's still investigating the catacombs below the castle. Her and Chaol are obviously, there's some chemistry there. Okay, so it's much later than it was earlier. Amidst when I was recording earlier, my card got full and I had to transfer it over, and then I got busy at work, and then I went to the gym, came home, did dinner. I've been listening, so I have to back up and try and remember everything I've read because I've been trying to power through this. So basically Dorian got mad at his dad. They were having some meeting. He was mad at his dad. He ends up leaving the meeting and he like punches a wall. I think he has a lot of pent up anger about like his dad, the king, what he's doing, and then having to like give up Celaena because he is seeing that her and Chaol are having like a connection. So he leaves this meeting, he's all mad, and he like punches the stone wall and like it cracks like crazy, but it didn't like, he didn't feel like he hardly hit it at all. And then like when he looked down, like the area around him, like a big circle around him of where there was like no debris or anything. And in the back of his mind, he's wondering like how the heck that happened. You know, magic isn't supposed to be around anymore, but it kind of feels like he has magic, which is a no-no because he's the king's son, who the king absolutely wants no magic. The kingdom is having a circus come in. for entertainment. And there's this witch. Well, she says she's a witch. And he ends up kind of sneaking off to ask her, like, what would one do, or how would they know if they had magic, or can like one person have magic if like the whole realm doesn't have magic? Can one person have magic? And she was like, you first must look at why magic disappeared in the first place. So he's kind of having suspicions that he has magic. Celaena and Chaol get together finally. So for like a week, they're in like newly togetherness bliss. And then Chaol gets kidnapped. So he's taken, and they leave a note for Celaena, and they basically tell her, come alone, don't bring anybody. So she goes, and she just starts killing people. So she's like taking everybody down until he like says, hey, stop. This isn't what we wanted. We have the same enemies and all this. And then tell her that Nehemia has been working with them. And Celaena's like, no, there's no way. Like, if she's working with you, then where is she at? And they're like, Nehemia said she wasn't going to be here tonight because the king wanted to question her about some things. And Chaol knows about it. So Chaol does know that the king was supposed to question her about some things. So they think someone's going to kill Nehemia. So Celaena rushes back to the kingdom. Nehemia was murdered. So when she gets back, so she like loses her shit. Like she, because Chaol knew about, if Chaol had told her about this meeting that they wanted to have, she would have stayed at the castle, but instead he got himself kidnapped and she ended up going to rescue him. So she feels bad and guilty because she left and Nehemia was murdered. So she like loses it and tries to kill Chaol. Says that he's her enemy. She doesn't want anything to do with him, and they end up having to lock her in the dungeons just so she can like chill out. So she's down there for several days, and they're drugging her, which she knows they're drugging her, and she doesn't care. She just wants to not feel anything because, you know, Nehemia is gone. And I just feel so bad for her because like every time something good, I think something good is going to happen to Celaena, like her world just upside down. Celaena is down there for a while. Chaol ends up taking her up to her room. She stays in her room and literally only eats and sleeps. Won't come out of her room, won't talk to anybody until she starts realizing in her head, she's like going through her head, like the scene of where Nehemia, where they found her at. And she was like, oh, there's only one person that has that type of that like leaves a signature, like when he murders. And she figures out that it's one of the assassins that was in the competition with her. So she sneaks out and hunts him down and basically asks him, who hired you to kill Nehemia? And it's like the minister. And she brings his head back and like literally just throws it on the table. King's like, oh, good work. You get like double the money for this. Because the king didn't have anything to do with Nehemia's death. He did just want to question her. And then somebody else, the minister, is the one who set it up for her to get murdered. So then she goes to Archer and basically tells him, I don't care what you were doing. You still have X amount of days to get out of here. If you're not gone, I'm going to kill you when I come back. So that's where I'm at.
Oh my God, guys. I want to finish this book so bad. But I need to go to bed. So I only have like less than 50 pages left in this book. And there is stuff happening. So, you know, Celaena's still not talking to Chaol, which kind of breaks my heart because I'm like, they had a good thing and now they don't have a good thing. So she at least is talking to Dorian because she knows he didn't have anything to do with Nehemia's death, which neither did Chaol really, but like she still blames him because she wouldn't have been outside of the palace if he hadn't got taken. So anyway, she found some stuff down in the catacombs. Like so there's word marks on the wall. She found a riddle. She couldn't figure it out. So she went to the witch that's there for the carnival thing, like Dorian did. And the witch kind of tells her what the riddle means. And then she was going to kill the witch, and the witch was going to try and kill her, but she ended up killing the witch. So, and now the door knocker's telling her, you know, the magic door knocker guy is like, I hope that doesn't come back and bite you, like, because there's still witches, you know, around. So she goes down in the catacombs and finds there's some kind of monster down there. And it chases her because it wants to kill her. And it doesn't really say what it is. It's like part human, part monster. So somebody created it. So obviously she thinks the king created it, and she doesn't know why. She also thinks that the king's trying to find these keys, because if he finds these keys, it opens like portals to realms that are not good, and things can, you know, he can bring up an army of some kind of monsters or whatever. So it's a lot happening. But Dorian has been following her. So he knows that she went down there, and he also saw this creature thing, and he used some magic. So Selena saw him use this magic, so she knows that he has magic. And she's like, that's not good. Ends up figuring out that she can open a portal and talk to Nehemia to get some more answers. She goes down and opens this portal, and Nehemia is basically like, don't ever open this portal again. The next time you open it, I won't be here. It's not going to be good for you. And basically told her that she knew her fate. She knew basically that she was going to die. For her cause, she was willing to do that and put everything into play, basically. And then Archer ended up being down there because Nehemia showed him the secret passageways. And now Archer and Selena are fighting. I was in the car driving back home because I had to go check on my friend's dog. So I kind of missed that part, so I need to back up. But I'm pretty sure that the spirit of a past king came to him somehow and told him that she was in trouble and that he needed to go. So Dorian's on his way to go get Chaol, and they're going to go basically try and save Selena because they know she's in trouble of some kind. I'm going to get up early in the morning and finish this, so I'll have an update tomorrow. I'm going to bed. Holy crap, you guys. So I got up this morning to listen to more so I can try and finish this before my audio goes back. And let me just tell you, I should have stayed up like an extra 10 or 15 minutes because holy crap. So Dorian ends up going to get Chaol, and they're going to go find her. So they go down, they go to her room. None of them knew about this, the secret passage that's in her room that she found that's hidden behind the tapestry. So they go to her room, and they see the doors open, the secret passage door. So they go down to find Selena on the ground. Fleetfoot is her dog that the prince gave her in in Throne of Glass, is holding the monster back, like to where he can't get to Selena. What's the other guy's name? It's too early. It's too early. I can't think of his name, but anyway, he's down there still, and Chaol's like, what the crap is happening? And he sees the monster, this description of this monster. Let me read this to you guys. It says, a tall, sinewy thing, but definitely not human. Unnaturally long fingers tipped with claws, white skin that looked like crumpled paper, a distended jaw that revealed fish-like teeth, and those eyes, milky and tinged with blue. Creepy. Creepy, creepy, creepy. Anyway, so he starts to fight the monster. Selena gets up, and then the other guy, this is driving me nuts that I can't think of his name at the moment. It's too early. Archer. I just had to look. So Archer has the book. The portal's open also.
So he sees a big portal with a world in front of him. And he's like, what the crap's going on? Anyway, Archer has the book. Celaena says the book is the only thing that can close the portal. Archer obviously wants the portal open. He takes off. So Chaol tells them to go, like to chase after him to get the book. As they're leaving, Dorian's pulling Celaena away. She sees that the monster grabs Fleetfoot and pulls him through the portal. So then Chaol follows him through the portal. So then Celaena decides, I'm gonna go through this portal too. So she goes through the portal after them, and then, bitch, she turns into a fae. What? Okay. That's where I'm at. And I'm kind of glad I didn't listen to it before bed, because there's no way that I would have been able to go to sleep after that. Like, absolutely no way. So I'm up this morning before work, getting ready for work, listening to this, and this is exciting. This is exciting. So I will be back with updates.
Oh my God. Holy buckets. So, excuse the crying. She's leaving. Celaena's leaving again. The king has sent her off on a mission. Little did he know where he was sending her. So, after they close the portal thing, she ends up using Dorian's blood to like redo the symbols so she can close the portal. And then we find out that the king could actually sense that somebody opened the portal, but it was only open for a few minutes. So it seemed like it was open longer, but apparently it wasn't open very long. So he obviously is shady as hell and has the keys, or at least one of the keys, and he's gonna do some bad shit with this. Chaol decides that the only way to keep her safe is for her to go like away, sending her to this other kingdom to take down to assassinate the king and his heir. Only to find out when she leaves, Celaena tells him a date and he doesn't understand anything about it, and he goes and starts looking through all these genealogical journals that she had, only to find out that Celaena is the heir to the throne and the rightful queen of Terrasen, which is where they're sending her. Celaena was Aelin Galathanus, the greatest living threat to Ardalan, the one person who can raise an army capable of standing against the king. Now, she was also the one person who knew the secret source of the king's power and who sought a way to destroy it. And he had just sent her into the arms of her strongest potential allies, to the homeland of her mother and the kingdom of her cousin and the domain of her aunt, Queen Maeve of the Fae. This book was so good. Like, this series is so good. 4 stars. I'm going to give this 4 stars. And I gave Throne of Glass 4 stars. I still love Assassin's Blade better, because it was just a good book. But, yeah, stuff's coming about in this. There's a war coming. Next book is Heir of Fire, and I will be vlogging that one as well, so you can see my reactions, and I will give all the spoilers because, you know, they're gonna have spoilers. Anyway, if you enjoyed this vlog, go check out my other ones if you haven't. Throne of Glass, Assassin's Blade. I have them in a playlist. So they will all be in one spot for you to easily find them. That is all I have. I am thrilled with the outcome of that book. And until my next video, friends, be yourself, be awesome, be kind. Bye.